And we're back. Woo! Happy Friday, everybody. Benja Welldone coming at you live. Just making a little errand, or errands. I don't really think you can say you're making one errand. Usually if you're even making one errand, you always say, I'm running errands. When in fact, look at my camera, it's a little messed up. There we go. When in fact, it's just one. Small little observation. So check this out. I had to get the oil changed in the car today. And while I was there, I knew it'd be a few hours to for the oil to get changed and whatnot. So I decided to, and also there wasn't any seating. And I didn't want to stand for multiple hours. And right across the street there was a Starbucks. So even though I don't drink coffee, I did what I hate, which is when everybody goes to a Starbucks and does nothing. That's exactly what I did. And as I'm there, there's like a, hopefully you could hear me. My the air conditioning was a little bit loud. But anyway, so as I'm there, right across from me, there is a stop sign. And one of the things that I hate more than anything else, and I'm definitely going to make this into a comedy thing one day at some point, but it's so often just whatever. There's a stop sign not even 10 feet in front of me on the other side of the glass, and every single car that goes by, almost every single one, doesn't come to a stop sign. I don't really see what's so hard and complicated about coming to a stop at a stop sign. A lot of people come to a stop after the stop sign, when in fact, yes, they have stopped, and this is going to be quite a bit about traffic stuff. But anyway, if you don't want to listen about traffic, you need to turn it off, because it's only going to get worse. So I understand that when people stop past the stop sign, you know that thing where the stop sign's here, and they got the, yeah, I'm really driving safe, and they stop after, to where their entire back wheel, or the rear bumper, is at the stop sign, and then cars try to drive past them, and they got to like go around them and stuff because they're hanging out. Or there's the other one where they stop their car slightly after, but it's like halfway in the lane, so cars again have to drive around it. I think a lot of people understand how to stop at a stop sign. They just don't know where to stop at the stop sign. Now, when you come to a stop, you gotta stop completely. Traditionally look both ways. Well, left, right, left, actually, because that's where cars come from. When you're crossing the street, that's why they say left, right, left. But anyway, and you have to do it before, okay, you actually enter into the road. Now, as I'm watching car after car do this thing where they like hit their brake, some just say fuck it, go straight through it. This one dumb idiot, oh, so stupid. She sped through the stop sign and whipped her car around and parked in the parking space really fast. Now, you know what's interesting is, right as that happened, I'm telling myself, I said, you know what? I'm telling myself it's dumb bitches like you, this lady that did it, that get hit by other cars. You know how a lot of times you can look at a car and it's not by coincidence that they're a shitty driver and their car is fucked up. It's because they hit a lot of other cars, probably hit and runs, whatever. And I'm telling myself, you know what? It's just a fact of life that if you don't, if that's something that you do, that's probably the way that you do a lot of things in life. You don't add all the ingredients when you're making your meals for food. You cut corners on everything. You're always looking to take shortcuts, even if you don't even reach your destination. Part of the great thing about taking a shortcut somewhere is get there a little faster. Well, sometimes when you get something done faster, you didn't do a thorough job. And I'm pretty sure that's a fair assessment to make. Make sure that's a little bit more correct. A fair assessment to make on, if you can apply it to one thing, I'm pretty sure you can apply it to everything. It's not, I never met anybody who has a stellar driving record, or they drive very cautiously and they are completely reckless in every other part of their life. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. It usually goes hand in hand. But anyway, so this lady pulls straight past the stop sign, whips around a spot, and then parks in a parking space. As she's doing that, she gets out of her car, no lie. She walks very fast, like she isn't even paying attention, and someone in a handicap spot starts to back up, and they almost back into her. And you know what I'm telling myself? I'm glad it didn't happen, and I don't wish it did, but hypothetically, in case it did happen, she caused it in an indirect way, and here's how. Here's why. Check this out. If she had not blown through that stop sign and came to a complete stop, and then, oh, you see where I'm going? And actually gone all the way and then parked. But if she had just stopped, those few seconds that it would have taken her would have prevented her from getting run over. Now, that was actually amazing, because I'm actually telling myself exactly what I said about people that drive like that after she did that and she almost got hit by a car. You know what she did? She fucking yelled at this lady, the handicap lady. Was the handicap lady wrong? Yes, she was, 100%. Okay? But it doesn't change. It doesn't change the fact, guys, that she was also wrong. So, really crazy, interesting situation. You got a lady who blows through a stop sign, and the fact of her speeding, trying to get to somewhere faster, she almost didn't get there at all. Almost ended up on a fucking newspaper the next morning. The obituary, because she was killed by a damn minivan backing up into her. That shit would have been crazy. Now, that lady leaves, and I really wanted to approach her, and I said, "Hey, ma'am," and I almost went through the whole thing, but I didn't. Excuse me, I burped. I'm sorry. So here's the next part. Oh, there's the next part. Almost every single person that I see parking, after that lady, the handicap, leaves, people are going in and out and in and out and in and out of that handicap spot that are not handicapped at all. And they're parking in the handicap spot, and they're coming in and getting a coffee at Starbucks. At which point, I really want to say to them, "Hey, ma'am, what's your handicap?" Now, I'm doing the math, and I'm telling myself, what percentage of fucked up is this to be asking people what their handicap is? Because honestly, I see a lot of people that look extremely healthy parking in handicap spots all the fucking time. I remember one time I called out this one guy in DC, and I was like, "Hey man, that's a handicap spot." And he's like, "Oh, I'm just going to be a minute." I said, "It doesn't matter, dude. There's like an army veteran with like half a leg walking around that would maybe want it even more." Ironically enough, I mean, I got to interrupt myself. Most people that actually are proud, they won't even take that spot. That's the interesting thing about it. So how many people, percentage-wise, do have it that don't? All I'm saying is the rarest of the rarest people actually even park there that do, that should maybe perhaps you be using it. And that's their choice, their opinion, whatever, not mine. So anyway, what I'm saying is that I really wanted to start saying to these people, what is your handicap? And I remember I said that to this one guy one time, and he was like, "Oh man, I'm just going to be a minute." I was like, "Yeah, but for those 60 seconds, you're going to be wrong for every single one of them." You understand what I'm saying? He was just like, "What the fuck does it matter to you?" I said, "Hey, I'm just trying to look out for the next guy, you know? That's like a simple army principle. You cover down, you help out the next guy ahead of you, and down and forth, so forth and so on." So I saw a police officer. The guy went in the bank, whatever. I told the guy when I flagged down a police officer, and I told on the guy. Now, the interesting thing is, the guy came out of the bank, and the cop said, "Hey man, you know you can't park there, right?" And the guy said, "Oh, I was just going to be a minute." He says, "Well, this is the craziest part of the story, no lie." He said, "Well, you know, he was saying that his son is handicapped. And the police officer, for whatever reason, he took the side of the guy. And he said, oh, I'm sorry. Your son, okay. He said, well, where's your son? He said, he's not here with me. He's at school. That's what he does. It's a school day. And he said, I said, by the way, just out of curiosity, what's your boy's handicap? Police officer looked at me like, dude, that's fucked up. Guess the guy said, no lie. He said, oh, he's illiterate. Yeah, he can't really read. I mean, he can, but it's like pretty slow at it. Slow reading is not a handicap, you fuck. Same police officer did. He was just like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry. Just never mind it. And he let him go. He let him go. You know, it's small stuff like that that gets me so angry when I definitely should not. But I do. I care about the dumbest shit, and I really, 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 really wish that I didn't. But I do. But I truly, truly do. You know, I wish I had more to say than this. I'm going on about 10 minutes about that. Let's talk about some good stuff real quick. I got a comedy show to do in Waco, Texas this Sunday night. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm still working on getting into that comedy festival in Montana. Pretty sure it's Billings, Montana. It's called Big Sky Comedy Festival. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm probably going to do a second video. I might delete this. We'll see. But, yeah, that's all I really got. I just don't get it. I don't really see how you can always park in a handicapped spot, and I was just so tempted, and it might have been the fact that I was bored as shit. It took almost like 3.5 hours for them to go through and give a damn car oil change. Not because that's how long it took, but there was a little bit of a line ahead of me, so anyway. Well, that's all I got for now. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I almost feel like I should pay somebody if you have the patience to listen to this whole video, because I've been ranting for a while. And that's about it. So, hope you liked it. Check me out on Instagram at Benja Welldone, Benja Welldone, Welldone. If you're not handicapped, go fuck yourself. That is if you're parking in a handicapped spot. Remember, literacy is not a crime. But parking in a handicap saying that you're illiterate is. Doesn't make any fucking sense. And everybody else, just have a great day. I'm Benja Welldone. Stay black. I'm out. Peace.